Hey, Hollis Kid. I'm happy to be here. I'd love to do anything I can for the reptile community or any other reptile keepers, so I'm definitely happy to be here.
Alright, hey there Nick, thanks for being here, or maybe as we know you as MuffdaddyTV, or now as known as MuffdaddyTV. So, I got some few questions for you. I got 5 for you today, and hopefully the whole community is gonna enjoy this. And alright, I just can't thank enough Nick for being here. So here's my first question: how do you maintain all your reptiles and work at the same time?
That's a good question. Sometimes it can be quite difficult, but Mike and I work together to maintain the reptiles. But in addition to work and reptiles, I often have a lot of other hobbies, a lot of friends and family. There's tons of things to do. So definitely a lot of caffeine. Caffeine pills can definitely help you get by, or a good cup of coffee, but definitely not from Starbucks or all those other little kind of places, because they're kind of weird. You know, $5 for a cup of double mocha soy, latte tofu, whatever. But a good cup of coffee can really get you through.
Alright, question number 2. Will you ever stop keeping reptiles?
Most definitely not. I will always have reptiles. You know, people in life find their callings. I have other hobbies, like I'm very much so into guns. You know, I'm really into criminal justice. I consider that a hobby. When you find things in life, as you go through life, you'll find that you'll find something you're really good at, and once you're really good at it, you'll keep going with it. And reptiles is a fascinating hobby to me. Fascinating animals. I like to teach about them. I like to learn about them. I seem to have a good impact, and I seem to be good teaching about them. You know, I definitely have a good amount of knowledge about them. So I think that I'll definitely be keeping reptiles in my life forever. Well, except if I get really old, then, you know, or when I get really old, having a venomous snake probably isn't too much of a good idea, because I'll be a little bit too old and slow. But for right now, for the long time coming, I will always have reptiles in my life.
Okay, and my third question is, how great did the community or the reptile community did with HR 669?
Well, the reptile community had a very large impact on HR 669, but if you recall, HR 669 didn't just include reptiles, it included birds and other mammals and so on. So we had a lot of help together, and we did a great job. The problem is, some of the newer anti-reptile bills are just that. They're just against reptiles, and they kind of, you know, they leave us not united with the bird, the fish, and the other pet keepers. And the problem is, the more bills that come out, every single time another bill will come out, people will be less enthusiastic because they'll be exhausted because they just got done fighting this bill and then another bill, until eventually they wear us down. So we've done a great job so far, but we have to keep going with these opposing these reptile bills. So that's a fantastic question.
My fourth question: how do you feel about S373 right now? How do you feel about it?
Well, that's another good question. I think that this bill is going to be shot down, but the problem is, as I said earlier, all they have to do is keep introducing new bills, and every single time less and less opposition to them. So this is a really big problem, because every time we have to all get together and fight, less and less people are going to want to fight. So this is how they win. They just keep producing bills until one of them passes. And this isn't just with reptiles, this is just with everything. But as we as a community, if we work together, and we just always stand strong, we stay out of the news by doing bad things or careless things, they might just forget about the reptiles and leave us alone with our hobby. It's unlikely, but it's still a chance. So that's one thing we really need to keep trying to do. Just stay out of the media and just completely do our best to comply with laws.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. Alright, now my last and final question. Do you think reptiles are the most overlooked pets?
Absolutely, I think reptiles are the most overlooked pets because fish or birds, they're not really as threatening, or mostly dogs, as reptiles. Snakes, they're kind of intimidating to a lot of people. So it's a whole hell of a lot easier for people just to turn their backs to reptiles, make opposing bills for them, than any other animal. Absolutely, reptiles are the most overlooked pets, but let's not forget reptiles have been here a lot longer than mammals, and truly these wonderful pets hold the key to many of our diseases because they've probably faced or overcome them to a certain extent. Let me give you an example. A lot of alligators and crocodiles are creatures in the world amongst the highest antibodies because they're constantly exposed to slimy, swamp-like settings. They have very, very powerful antibodies, and so they're experimenting right now on synthesizing types of antibodies like this for humans. Certain types of venomous snake venom can cure cancers, maybe stop heart attacks. These animals, though they are older than us, hold the key to future medicine. So absolutely the most overlooked pet. Reptiles, I really do. I think that they're amazing, and I hope that the hobby continues and stays strong.
Yes, I agree. They're the most overlooked pets as I know right now. Yeah, so I totally agree with you. And yeah,
it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed the interview. Mike and I will always be here to help teach about reptiles. If we don't know everything, or you're questioning, because we certainly don't know everything about reptiles, we'll be happy to point you in the direction of someone who does know the answer, or we'll look up the information. We're always ready to help people with their hobby, strengthen the hobby. We'll always be here to oppose anti-reptile bills. So absolutely, I'm happy. Keep the hobby strong. And I gotta go right now because I just ate a whole bunch of Mexican food, so I'll talk to you later. See ya.
yeah, thanks for having tonight, and okay. Why keep eating Mexican food, dude? Alright, you know what they say, if you eat Mexican, I'm thinking. Alright, thanks.